It's recording! What's up? So who just saw Payback? This guy right here. 2 thumbs up, this guy. Who didn't see Payback?
That
guy.
I was working.
Oh, he had to work. Shut up. You gotta make the money, right? Okay, so Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin get bumped to the pre-show. That's how bad they suck.
Really?
That they got bumped to the pre-show. They were originally a main card match. Yeah.
Yo, that's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing. So what happens? Baron Corbin beats the crap out of Dolph Ziggler the whole match, and then at the last second, Dolph Ziggler rolls him up on a distraction, and
That's what he does.
rolls him up. That's what he does. He takes the win. 1, 2, 3. Baron Corbin, who had awesome pants. He had on these, I don't know, some kind of dungarees. He's a stylist, and Dolph Ziggler wins. Already, you know, he's on the main roster. Baron Corbin's on the main roster. Not even a month. Mm-hmm. Already getting buried to Dolph Ziggler. JFC. The actual match. Oh, you want to hear this crap, right? Ryback and Kalisto. Like, number one, why is this still a feud? Mm-hmm. Okay, so Kalisto's in the ring. Lucha, right? Mm-hmm. Ryback comes out. Now, I didn't realize Payback is in Chicago.
It is.
Hometown of CM Punk.
It is.
You know what Ryback does?
What's he do?
Freaking Ryback. He comes out. You remember how CM Punk used to kneel down and he would, like, you know, rub the floor and smell it, and he'd check the clock on his watch, the imaginary watch that wasn't there.
Very
and then he would yell out, "It was clobbering time!"
Yeah.
Ryback does that. He kneels down. Mm-hmm. You know, he makes like he's picking up the imaginary dirt off the floor, and he's rubbing it like this, and he's like... But then he's like... The clock doesn't work! And he's like this, and the crowd is booing him.
Oh,
boo! Boo! And then he's got, you know, the weight belt on, and on the back of the belt, it says pre-show stopper, because Shawn Michaels was the showstopper, so now he's the pre-show stopper.
Who the hell wants to be a pre-show stopper?
Right? Freaking Ryback looking to get fired. They'll never cheer for him again, ever. Kalisto wins. He no-sells. They're going back and forth, right? Move after move. Ryback lifts him up, climbs up to the second rope, and jumps and throws him at the same time. I'm like, who does that to somebody? Kalisto no sales. It gets up, and her whatever friggin' menorah. I don't know what the hell it's called. And he flips him over this way, and he lands him like that, and he 1, 2, 3, and he wins. Yeah, no sales Ryback. It was awesome. But I couldn't believe how tasteless that was of Ryback.
Well, maybe that might piss Punk off, and maybe that's the story to get him back in the ring.
He might come back. I doubt it. You know, Shane McMahon has enough money to buy him back, I think. Mm-hmm. What else? So then the New Day comes out, and they're like, "Oh, it's the new era and a new day, and here's the number one contenders match, and Vaudevillains and Enzo Amore and Big Cass, and they're talking a whole bunch of smack to the Vaudevillains, and the ring, the match starts, and Enzo gets hurt, like it was like they thought he was dead. They call the match. They rush him to the hospital. By the end of the pay-per-view, they say, medical update on Enzo. He's got a concussion. Thank God, because they were saying, like he didn't move, like he fell out of the ring. Everybody saw it. You all saw it. You saw it, right? You saw it. Who saw it? Who didn't see it? Who? I bet you that guy in India who tweeted me, the dude in India. You know who you are, Kamal Kamar.
Come here.
Come here, damn it. Kamal Kumar. He tweets me, he's like, "Hey, are you watching Payback? Who's winning?" And I'm like, "Why, you're not watching it?" He's like, "No, we don't have electricity in India." I'm like, "But you're on some kind of device tweeting me. Like, how do you not have electricity in the country of India?" The country, mind you. And yet here you are on an electronic device tweeting me across an electronic message carrier system called Twitter. Somebody else chimed in and said it was magic. It was hilarious. So anyway, magic. So Enzo appears he's going to be okay. But they called the match winners the Vaudevillains. Now I don't know if they're going to immediately now move into the number one spot, or if they're going to rematch and actually have a match to say so. So, obviously there's no match. There's like now a big gaping time gap in the, in the show. And they're like, cut to the promo. they go back to the full promo on Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Snooze fest. The match was really good. Move after move. I thought they died each of them a couple of times, but Kevin Owens won. And then he's like, Byron Saxton, get in the ring and interview me. So Byron's like, oh my God, he's going to kill me. Byron gets in the ring, and he's like, well, how do you feel now about the Intercontinental Championship? Because now Kevin Owens feels that he can focus back on his title, the Intercontinental Championship, which is held by The Miz, who just so happens to be the next match. So Owens sits ringside to watch Miz and Cesaro fight back and forth, and Cesaro had The Miz tapping, but what happened was, oh, by the way, Kevin Owens sitting ringside, and he's calling the match, and he's like, shut up, Byron, and shut up, Cole, and yeah, it was comedy gold. Like, if you watch Payback, that's what, you want to get the other one. The other one. But the other one to pause it.
Oh, pause.
Yeah, pause. Game of Thrones is starting, we need to pause it. So anyway, Sami Zayn comes out of nowhere, they're fighting ringside, their brawl goes into the ring, the ref gets distracted, Cesaro gets up. The Miz rolls up Cesaro. 1, 2, 3. Miz retains. Maurice looking very full, very healthy, voluptuous. Somebody told me they were fake. I'm thinking she's ready for motherhood.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're not real.
Well, I figured they were fake to an extent, but
To an extent. She was born without
cantaloupes.
them. She was born without them, and they surgically sewed them on. That's how fake they are.
Fake. What else? So then they cut to Ambrose and Jericho.
What's up, everybody?
This guy!
Original champ.
Original champ is right here. He's off from
here.
work. He's tiny. You see how tiny he is back there?
I'm the original midget.
The original. Holy crow! So Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho had a match. And I'm hoping it jumpstarts Ambrose's career because he's at a lull. And
Ambrose?
Yeah, and it's like there's a lull that the Wyatts took, like way down here, where they were just a joke. They were just losing to everybody, match after match, not booked after not booked, and now half of them are hurt.
Yeah.
And I think half of them are hurt. I think I don't know, somebody's fine. There's one of them that isn't hurt. But now, you have a match with Jericho, you win, and I think he's going places. Now, the Shield may not be reuniting against the Bullet Club, but it looks like the Usos and Roman Reigns are going to be the team. And I'm like, well, they suck. So, they don't suck. They're just boring. Natalya and Charlotte fought. And Bret Hart, they came out with the Fight Bret Fight t-shirt.
Really?
That was pretty cool.
Bret Hart was out?
Bret Hart was there. He looked pretty good for, recovering from surgery and terminally cancer. Something cancer?
Yeah, stroke or something, right?
Well, he had a stroke years ago, but he had prostate cancer that he just beat just recently. But he had a stroke years ago. Yeah, he's doing all right. So Natalya with the upper hand, she's about to win. And do you remember Little Nate, the referee who turned like miniature Ric Flair back in the WCW days? He was like the skinnier white guy with the flowing hair. Little Nate. He's a current WWE referee.
Yes.
Nobody knew who Little Nate was when I tweeted about Little Nate. Well, he's like, Natalya's got, what's her name in the sharpshooter? No, I'm sorry. Charlotte's got her in the sharpshooter. And, she's trying to, break out of it. And Little Nate is like, nope. Calls the match. So Bret Hart's like, what the hell's going on? They called it the Chicago Screwjob. Because there was the Montreal Screwjob where...
Was there?
There was. Where Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels fought, and Vince called for the bell, and Bret Hart lost the title to Shawn Michaels in Canada.
Oh, so they replayed that?
They replayed that, of all things. I'm like, really?
Oh,
really?
my word.
WWE. So much for a new era. So I don't know, and that's how they left it. They all got out of the ring, and that's how they left. I don't know if there's going to be a rematch or what. Stephanie and Shane came out, and... Vince made a big deal about who's going to give control of Raw to. Mm-hmm. Blah, blah, blah. They're going to share it. Which brings us to our main event, Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles for the Big Shabazz. And they were doing pretty good. They had a good match. Roman Reigns threw AJ Styles around, because he's littler. Mm-hmm. And he threw him around for a little while, and then he got a couple of kicks and a couple of moves. And there was a point where he had the calf crusher on. You know what the calf crusher is?
Yes.
He wraps him up with his leg calf. And Roman Reigns looked a little worried for like a couple seconds. Then he broke for the ropes, and he climbed outside the ropes, and he's leaning against the table. And then AJ Styles hops up on the rope, and he flying forearm bashes to the outside through the table. There were like 4, 5, 6 different country tables. You know how there's like the regular table, and then there's like the Spanish announcer table.
USA, Spanish, Ethiopia, Mongolia,
Zimbabwe, Russia. There was a Russia table.
Russia, and Germany, there was Ukraine.
Well, no,
Germany.
Germany was definitely one of them.
There was Japan.
There was the free country of Antarctica.
There was the Philippines.
There were like 10, 20 different announcer tables. You just couldn't see them all.
Argentina. There was the Congo. There was
Argentina is its own country.
Yeah.
So is the Congo.
The Congo.
Yeah.
There was South Africa. There was North Africa. And there was Madagascar.
East Africa?
And those were all the tables of the
Is there East or West Africa?
No.
This is only on the board game of Risk.
Yeah.
So anyway, they go through the tables. These were all the tables.
40 tables.
40 tables ringside, one for every country on the board game of Risk. So they go through the table.
How many countries can you name?
Leave it in the comments, all the countries you can name. Name Google.
Country. I dare you name 2 countries in the world.
2 countries right now in the world that is not the United States.
You little bastard.
So anyway, they're both laying dead in the announcer table, the broken announcer table. They can't get up. It's an 8 count. AJ Styles gets back in the ring. Roman Reigns is just still laying there. Just count out, right?
Yeah.
Count out.
Yeah.
Main event, heavyweight title. Count out. AJ wins, but doesn't get the title because it's count out. So me and Attack Slug is on the other side of the couch. Ninja Twins are there.
That bastard.
And I'm like, what just happened? What just happened?
The what? The what? What? And the what?
Out comes Shane McMahon, restarts the match.
Stop
the press.
So he wants a champ.
He wants a champ. He says no countouts. So now they're outside the ring. They're throwing each other over the barrier. They're, back over the barrier. They're back in the ring. And what happens? Restarts. They're in the ring, and there's a low blow call. Oh yeah, on Roman Reigns. Somehow he accidentally, kicked or armed AJ right in the balls.
He armed the balls.
And accidentally, of course. And the ref called it. Out comes Stephanie. Restart the match. No disqualification. There will be a definitive winner. So right away, I'm just like,
this is ridiculous.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
And I have the sheet.
Can I have the sheet? So, so they restart the match, and what happens? There's a couple of more moves.
I'm good.
And out come, AJ Styles is on his butt, and out comes Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows.
Who the hell are those guys?
So they're apparently back in Japan, the country. There was a team called the Bullet Club.
Mm-hmm.
And it was led by AJ Styles and a bunch of other people. It was kind of like the NWO in Japan. Only they called it the Bullet Club. And these 2 guys, Luke Gallows, who used to be Festus, and the other guy, Carl Anderson. Do you remember Festus? He was like the slow mongoloid-looking guy from like the Attitude Era that like shouldn't have been a character because it now offends like so many different kinds of people in today's day. Anyway,
let me know if you're offended.
Let me know if you're offended by Festus. So they come out and they pull AJ out of the ring, and then Roman Reigns, and they go in the ring and they're beating up Roman Reigns, and then like 20 minutes later, the Usos decide to come out and help Roman Reigns, and AJ's up on the third rope,
like
and
7 people in the ring.
It was ridiculous. And Roman Reigns pushes AJ out off the top rope and onto the 4 of them, and then he goes back and he goes flying over the top rope onto the 5 of them, and back and forth, and there's a spear, and Roman Reigns retains 1, 2, 3. You're heavyweight champion. It was a little exciting. It was a little predictable. I really felt bad for Enzo because I love those guys.
Yeah, now he's hurt for 2 months.
And he's going to be out for 2 months. And what are they going to do with Cass? They're just going to sit Cass down?
Okay.
He's going to turn soft.
Soft.
I hope not. I mean, Enzo's not getting back in the ring anytime soon.
Maybe he'll keep talking.
Maybe.
For 2 months.
I think they should let him go, like, solo for a little while. Not necessarily chase a title, but at least, be another guy so he's active on the roster. Maybe. All right, we got to go watch Game of Thrones. Bye.
See you later.